Darling, this is the PulseX to Pulse ratio. You can lose more money than you think when you swing trade. If you do Uniswap, PulseX liquidity farming, and you add the LP, you provide a service, and it's a very consistent service. It just takes time. But if you start trying to trade, I'm going to try sell here and then buy down here and do all this with the ratios, yes, you can get obliterated beyond imagination. What most people don't know is that this is a spread. You don't know what's it like to hold something. Let's say you thought you're a genius up here and you get out all your PulseX. You sell it into Pulse, which is fair enough. One day, this is going to happen to you. Whee! That's going to happen. And what I'm going to tell you is to hold. But what I know is not everyone is going to hold. People are going to then believe, oh my God, PulseX is the chosen one. And then they'll buy the top here. And guess what? Then it'll go back down. And now they've booked it in. They've booked in the loss. They've realized it. And then it'll go back down. Oh, I've got to go back, buy back in. Sell. Meow. And they'll learn about mean reversion the hard way. You can start off with 100 million PulseX, trade yourself down to 20 million. Just because you're in a ratio does not mean you are susceptible. You're not susceptible to all these big losses. You can lose everything. It's buying and selling the same thing. If you're trading a USD, so if you're trading like Pulse USD, yes, you can lose all your dollars. But if you're trading PulseX, you can lose the other thing too. You can take losses over and over. And this is another dangerous thing. It will lead to trying to predict stuff. So you might say that this is what's going to happen, all right? I've seen this time and time again. This is going to happen, all right? So you're gonna go, woohoo! And then maybe here, I'm drawing like a weekly, monthly chart, okay? Eventually, you're going to see bad news in Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're going to be slowing down. And then you're going to hear from someone, instead of getting out of the ratio, let's sell into a stable coin and then I'll buy back even more when they drop. And you know what's coming next. You forget it's actually a bull market and we've already had a 2-year bear market. This is what it leads to. It's a slippery slope. If you provide liquidity, you don't have to deal with this. You just sit there earning yield. This is why I'm going to repeat to you, Uniswap is one of the greatest inventions ever. This technology and what it's let everybody able to do it's going to change lives because of this. It's just a shame that a freaking pink unicorn has no tokenomics. It's a shame. But now we don't need to worry about that. We've got PulseX. Isn't that beautiful? Don't ruin this by playing around in these poopy zones. Okay, you're not immune, man, to losses just because you're trading a ratio. People are I already know everybody went all in Pulse here. Now, I want to go all in PulseX. Straight away. Like, oh my God, bro, it's been what? 9 days? 9 days. You've literally learned nothing from the past 2 years. Nothing. How many times have I shown you the 4 poopy horsemen? How many times have I shown you, look at this unfortunate trader. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, screws it up once. He's lost 30, 40%. Don't be one of those people. Don't do this. I'm not always going to tell you, hey, like right up here, okay, we've gone up in a straight line. Maybe rotate 25% of your remaining PulseX. Rotate it into Pulse. If they are liquid. If they're in LP, we'll suck it up. Suck it up with the rest of us. You just got to have to yield farm the results. You're only going to make it to the end. These are games to play. All right, these are games to play. You go to the strip club, you can have lunch. There's a pool table. Maybe you watch some TV. They're just distractions. None of this matters. When we reach 2025 December and you look at your bags, it's not going to be, so glad I did that yield farm on May 2022 and 2023. Wow, I'm so glad I did this little ratio trade that I made an extra 4.5% after 19 trades. That's not going to be the main reason that you win. The main reason you win is that you bought and held. This is just intellectual, financial, gambling pastime for men. And women too. And ducks. Got to include the ducks. So please, don't do this ratio up and down. You just don't know what you're doing. I'm already seeing people lose their minds already. People are doing things that I didn't think you would do. I thought everybody's under the assumption that this thing's going to mean revert. Woohoo! But no, people are already treating this. Oh, no, there's a one-way ticket. Woohoo, PulseX going to go up forever. Already, I'm seeing PulseX Maxis up here. Already. You know what, down here, Pulse Maxis. Do you notice? Pulse Maxis down here, PulseX Maxis up here. What are people doing? They're getting bearish at the bottom. They're getting bullish at the top. It's the exact same game. When you LP, you are not looking at this interface. It's easier for you. Okay, so this is the funniest part. The funniest part is, even if you lose 10% in permanent loss after 2.5 years, I don't mind, because I know yield farming, even when the rates go low, have saved so many people from damaging themselves. They won't go to these acts of degeneracy and sinning to try hunt for extra yield. They took a punt on that. And guess what? You bought yourself time for 2.5 years. You got to pass time somehow. There's going to be like minus 40%. We're going to see a minus 80% drop after that first 10x. That's going to happen. Please don't play around with this, okay? Don't fondle your soap in the shower. You're a baby doll, baby cake. Like, subscribe, button, all.